got it better than us?
Nobody.
What a run the 49ers had this past Sunday, and we're still perfect. We'll get into that later, but man, it's still football, and we're still doing this, so it's a good day.
Yes, sir. Back with another episode.
This is the Can't Lose Show, and I'm your host, Trent.
And I'm your boy, Josh.
Let's dive right into what we learned from Week 4 of the NFL, Josh.
We learned a lot.
We did.
We learned a lot. It's still early.
It's still early. It's still wide open in a lot.
Every week.
Yeah, it's still wide open in a lot of play. Like, I was looking at the records. It's anyone's game for the most part.
Yeah, dude. You never know, dude.
It's the NFL. You got to love it.
Yeah.
It's competitive. The games are always good. There's upsets happening. Like, it's not like you know who's going to blow out who. So, give me one thing you learned from this past week.
So we kind of talked about this before. We talked about how a lot of people are hyping up the AFC quarterbacks and just quarterback teams with these great quarterbacks in general, which, I mean, we know.
Rightfully so. I mean,
that's why the MVP is the quarterback award. They're one of the most important players on the team.
Yeah.
But we've seen time and time again, defenses are going to get you to that next step, that championship ring, because I mean,
I agree.
There's a lot of high-powered offenses with a lot of firework players, but those good, like, top 5 defenses are what is going to get you, to over that hump. And that's why, like we saw with the Bills, a lot of people were saying the Dolphins were the number 1, number 2 team in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
But we talked about we said number 2 as well, or you said 3. But we said that their defense was struggling, and that's why the Bills went in there and whooped them.
Yep, they had the better defense in that game for sure.
Yeah.
Something I learned, and it was in our favorite game of the week. CMC, man, this guy is a dog. So CMC for MVP, front runner in my book. I know it's a quarterback award. We just said that running backs never get this. Receivers have never gotten this.
How is he not even in conversation?
I don't get it yet. Like, he is putting up some crazy numbers.
Insane.
And he's still not, like, in the top 10, I think, on ESPN.
Oh,
it's such a quarterback award.
Yeah, we should have stat checked and found out the last time, like, a running back has won it.
Yeah. I don't know.
I have no clue.
It's always been quarterbacks in my lifetime, I feel like.
Yeah, dude. But I really like that pick, dude.
Yeah.
I can't believe he's not even, like, top 10. Because we talked about it earlier, Purdy is in the top 10, but I would put McCaffrey over Purdy.
Yeah.
Honestly.
And what's crazy for this take is it's not my first non-QB to say MVP. So I guess I'm rolling with those this year.
It's not even your second.
It's really not.
You talked about Tyreek Hill and Ayuk.
But you said Ayuk wouldn't get it because he wouldn't get it.
Yeah.
But he is playing like a dog. He's the highest graded receiver at his position. So
had another game. All right.
All right. Next thing you've learned from week 4.
So talking about the defenses, I think let's get into a little. We did a top 5 last week. Let's do another top 5 defenses right now in the first 4 weeks of the NFL.
Let's see if we can finish each other's guesses on this one, because I think we have a same mindset on defense when it comes to the NFL.
Yeah.
So we'll go from 5 to 1. All right.
Okay.
Number 5, we have the Eagles.
Yep, I got the Eagles as well.
All right. Number 4, we have KC. Okay.
Yep.
Number 3, you have
Buffalo Bills.
Okay, same. 2,
Cowgirls
it is. Number 1, bang, bang,
Niner gang. Yes,
49ers.
49ers. And, hey, this wasn't easy. It was easy putting the Niners at number 1. Not going to lie.
Yeah, it was very easy. I mean, I just wrote it with my pen and had no regrets, and I could back it up right now.
But this whole list wasn't as easy as just listing it out the way we did 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
No.
There was a lot more that went into it. And the Eagles being that low, I know they had one of the best defenses last season, and still right now they're undefeated. And
yeah.
I mean, what more can you ask for than winning games? But I just think the Cowboys, Bills, and Chiefs are all on another level.
Yeah, Cowboys stats look great on paper. So they've been doing it.
I mean, they're freaking probably the highest scoring. They probably have just as many touchdowns as some offenses in the league right now.
Yeah. because some offenses are so bad.
It's insane.
And then you got the Bills coming off a huge victory, shutting down the probably number one offense in the league.
Yeah.
Um,
Number 2 offense in the league.
yeah, I just they shut them down, and then you have Casey, who's been dominant all year, kept the team in the games. We said Casey's
playing
a
without
defensive
Nick Bolton
team.
too, who's a freaking tackle monster and just a dog on defense at middle linebacker. So
Yeah,
and they're still doing their thing.
I think 3, 4, and 5 all could have been toss-ups for either spot, right?
They're always going to be toss-ups,
Yeah.
and they're all going to change throughout the year except for number 1.
Yeah, bang bang.
And maybe number 2. I mean, the Bills are, I don't know, the Cowboys are on another level.
Yeah, and honestly, their loss to Trayvon Diggs, like I thought that was going to hurt them, and then their new corner comes in and has 2 picks on the day, one being a pick 6. So
yeah,
it's just insane.
But the Niners, if they really want to hold that number 1 spot, because they hold it right here, but if they want to hold it, they got to get after that quarterback, dude.
Yeah, we gotta get after. We gotta get hungry. And I know teams are scheming it up to get the ball out quick. You saw Daniel Jones when he played us get it out in a half second, and then next week against the Seahawks, he's getting it out 5 seconds later. Seahawks have 11 sacks on the day, which is insane. I think it was 11. It might have been 9.
Something crazy.
It was something crazy.
It was 11.
But yeah, the last thing I learned personally from this week is C.J. Stroud is the best rookie quarterback by a long shot right now. And I mean, you could say I'm fucking a genius because that's my rookie of the year right there.
Yeah.
I know he didn't go number 1 overall, but going into D'Amico's system, I know D'Amico's a defensive guy, but he's a player's coach. He's going to put his players in the right position, listen to them, and he's playing very well for them.
He's playing very well. He's been balling. But don't give up too quick on Zay Flowers. Lamar Jackson is heating up. He's getting comfortable again. And Zay Flowers is going to go off, I'm telling you.
Anthony Richardson's doing good. I know he had 1 game off.
He's up there too.
But yeah, these rookies are showing out this year, and I love it.
Guys.
I'm waiting for Bryce Young. I just don't think he's in the best situation. His O-line's terrible. He doesn't have a true wide receiver 1. Nothing against Thielen, but if they had just had 1 more dude, it'd make a big difference.
Yeah.
Shoot, let's look back at our picks from week 4 now.
Get into it.
So let's kick it off with our dogs. How'd your dog do? Are you gonna be 5 for 5, or 6 for 5 because you've been on point, or 6 for 4? I don't know.
I know what you're trying to say. I think I wouldn't consider it a dog performance, but I picked CeeDee Lamb as my dog. He had 4 catches, 36 yards, and a tutty. He got in the end zone.
Which
is good. But they also won 38-3 with like 2 or 3 defensive touchdowns. So it's like, how much really did he even have a chance to get the ball?
Yeah, but I would put that on the grade.
He wasn't even the leading receiver on his team. So no, he wasn't the dog of the week.
Yeah.
But
Josh finally missed one.
He didn't get strapped or anything.
No. I think just with the circumstances of that game, those are the numbers that presented itself. Yeah. At least he found the end zone.
Because he scored early.
Yeah. My dog of the week, Myles Garrett. He had 1 sack on the day, but for being a dog of the week on defense, I'm expecting a little bit more. I think he would be expecting a little more out of himself.
Well, a sack is a sack.
But he only had like 3 pressures,
yeah.
I think. So he got to the quarterback. He did his job. But for dog, I'm looking for more of a 2-sacker game.
Explosive, yeah. Yeah. Big stat lines.
Yeah, so I missed again. I'm 0 for 4. I don't know if I'll ever pick a dog of the week for 49er
most of them have been straight misses so far. Wait, what did you just say? You're not going to pick a Niners so they don't fucking suck? All right. Most of them have been straight misses. Myles Garrett wasn't a hard L.
I'm trending upwards, right? I'm trending upwards.
Yeah, let's find the fucking bright side. Half cup, full time, guys.
Matchups. Honestly, I thought we had great matchups. We both picked some interesting ones last week. I picked the Dolphins receivers matching up against Buffalo's DBs. Sorry.
Dude.
Stutter.
Tre'Davious White going down with the torn Achilles. Is that again? He's torn the Achilles. I think multiple times now,
Yeah, that
or his
sucks.
ACL or Achilles, but he's been out for multiple seasons.
Yeah. Well, we know how that matchup went. Dolphins they put up 20 points, but Buffalo won that matchup. Just plain out. They had a game plan. They stopped them.
Dominated.
Um,
Stephon Diggs dominated.
yeah.
You should have done that matchup against that freaking poor, who they said was a primarily a slot receiver, nickel cornerback, and he was out there guarding Stephon Diggs all game. Just oh man, it was
Yeah.
Stephon Diggs 8.
Where'd your matchup go with Mike Evans and
Marshawn Lattimore.
Marshawn Lattimore? It's always a firework one.
Always fireworks. Mike left in the second quarter with like a hamstring injury or something like that, so we didn't get to see it fully play out. But he was 3 for 3, 3 catches on 3 targets for like 40 yards. I'm not sure if
So
those
he
are
was
on
cooking something
Lattimore or
up.
not. Yeah, he could have been cooking, but yeah, he's gotten shut down in some games, quite a few
Yeah.
games against Marshawn Lattimore. So, I mean, that's already. I'll take that.
All right. All right. Now we have our games, man. My barn burner of a game, Broncos Bears. It was actually a good.
Crazy.
Yeah, it was good.
It was insane.
Justin Fields led the game, started on fire,
I remember.
played great through 3.
Yeah, I was telling, I think Jose, I was like, dude, the fucking Bears are up big right now, and then all of a sudden, flip it back to the channel.
Russ starts cooking, the
Dude.
boys start clicking, and Russ leads a huge comeback, and they pull out the dub, which sucks for the Bears. I mean, no win's an easy win, but to be up that big and then to lose it just
Yeah,
sucks.
especially for Justin Fields, man, fighting for that spot right now, and
yeah, it's either him or Caleb Williams, right, at this point.
man, I don't know what's going on over there in Chicago.
What about your first game of the week?
My game, Lions Green Bay. I think it lived up to the hype. It was a good game.
It was kicked off the week good.
I don't have the score down here, but it was a good game. Dude, Montgomery, 3 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
I myself personally, I want to see Gibbs get going. I hope they get him some more touches. He's explosive. He's averaging like only 1 more yard per carry, but he has like 30 less freaking carries than this guy.
Yeah, I think that will come with time. You know the NFL season's long. You got to keep your running backs healthy. Like we say with the 49ers, you got to spread the love, and I think with more time, they're going to have to lean more on him. So we'll see it.
Yeah. But, dude, Amon-Ra with the first touchdown of the game, and he goes and does
Lambeau
the Lambeau leap. Dude, that was fucking awesome. Right into a big group of Lions fans right there, too. That was perfect.
Yeah.
That was so sick. Amon-Ra always going off. I mean, and then Jordan Love, dude, who's been getting all the praise, all the hype. I mean, all the comparisons to Aaron Rodgers and how they got so lucky again.
Yeah.
And it's only 1 game, but he struggled. He threw 2 interceptions, and he threw 2 interceptions to Jeremy Jacobs of the Lions. And, I mean, you can't do that.
Nope. Man, that was honestly, that game was actually really good, really good. Being by itself on Thursday night too, just a great way to kick off the week. What was your second game?
My second game was another divisional game. I wonder if all of our games this week or our games of the week were divisional games, because I got the Ravens versus Browns. I thought it was gonna go a little different. And I mean, you thought it was gonna go a little different. Obviously, you thought Myles Garrett was gonna be terrorizing Lamar and get them that dub. But Lamar balled. He's heating up. He had 2 rushing touchdowns. He's throwing the ball well, dropping dimes on the run.
Deshaun Watson in that game was cleared to play, didn't play. He said his body wasn't up for it. So the coach backed him up, saying like, yeah, he was medically cleared, but he knows his body better than anyone else, which is kind of surprising. He's one of the league's highest paid quarterbacks. You're medically cleared. It was a storyline that was kind of weird this weekend, but
I didn't even know that.
That game was.
But I think that game also kind of showed that maybe Deshaun Watson. I know a lot of people. He's definitely not back to form.
No,
back
not
to
yet.
Form how he was 4,000-yard seasons with the Texans and everything in the playoffs, rocking out to the guitar and everything. But I mean, he's obviously important to the team. DTR. He's a young guy.
He looked great in preseason.
Got thrown in the fire though, and obviously Deshaun Watson is going to be the guy, and they need him because
Yeah.
They looked like a different team against the Ravens.
Yeah. Agreed. My last game of the week was Dolphins-Bills. We've already gotten into that game, so I'm just going to keep it short and sweet. Dolphins didn't look like the Dolphins from the first 3 weeks. The Bills definitely have bounced back from week 1, and I'll just leave it at that.
Josh Allen is shutting up the haters, though.
Yeah, he is.
He is heating up. That freaking that duo is heating up big time.
Yeah, he's living up to that Madden. That no longer Madden curse. Patrick Mahomes broke it, and he's playing good.
Yeah, seriously.
Now is time for the 49ers segment. We're going to recap this game, and then we have a little special thing coming this week that we'll get into right after this recap of this game. So let's talk 49er Arizona game. What you got from it?
Let's get into it. I mean, it's always frustrating. Some of these games have been frustrating, more frustrating than I like, and more frustrating than what the scoreboard shows sometimes.
Yeah, the scoreboard's misleading if you're just paying attention to that.
Yeah, but a win's a win in another CMC freaking touchdown game and another big game on the ground and in there.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to Brock, honestly. Brock going 20 for 21. That completion percentage hasn't happened since Steve Young's time. It's just insane what he's able to do. Finding that deep ball to Ayuk twice, I believe, could have been 3 times. People were saying he underthrew the ball, but where else can you throw that? Like,
Dude,
the defenders are over the top. That's the only
that.
place you could put it.
There's 2 defenders over the top. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, and for you guys listening to audio, go check out our video because we have that clip right next to it. It's just, the situation, being a quarterback, that's the only place you could put the ball.
Yeah. They're going to say, I don't know what they're going to say, man.
But yeah, let's jump into this 49ers new segment because this is our first time in Can't Lose history that we're going to have a guest, man.
Oh, wait, that's all you had to say about the Cardinals?
Let's reverse real quick. reverse. I thought we were done.
Oh, we can be.
No, because there is more stuff.
All right.
I was just kind of so excited for this call.
I know.
Oh, did I leak it?
No.
All right, you guys.
Ignore that.
Keep going.
Don't even hear that.
So we're still recapping this game right now.
Like, we didn't talk about Ayuk's comeback game.
Ayuk coming back from being...
Well, did he play? Oh, no, he didn't play last week. Huh?
That was his first game back.
Yeah.
So, Ayuk having a big game.
6 catches for 148 receiving yards. That's a monster game.
Guy is playing like the best receiver in the league right now. I know Tyreek Hill's down in Miami doing his thing.
And Justin Jefferson is doing his thing.
Yeah, but they're like 1-3. We're 4-0.
True.
But Ayuk's doing his thing. What else do we have from this game? The score, like you said earlier, at one point is 21-3. And I was like, oh, I could kind of like not have to like pay too much attention, like where I'm watching it, but I'm doing something. I was kind of getting ready to do Halloween decoration. And then they crept closer. And then I'm like, hold, pause. My attention's fully on the game now.
Yeah, and then it was 21-16.
Yeah, and so I'm never decorating during a 49er game again because that didn't work out.
Dude, the defense, I feel like ever since we've had this team, like, you know, this core group of guys, it's pretty much been the same core group of guys, and obviously we've added some young guys here and there, or switched out some players, but ever since we've had this core, dude, mobile quarterbacks just, like, they get to us, bro. Josh Dobbs was getting loose.
And I honestly don't know where our flaw is in this, right? We have such a good defensive line. We have great linebackers.
Fast linebackers.
Like, I don't get how they're beating us, and we have to get that cleaned up moving forward. We have to.
Yeah, for sure. But, I mean, that's really all I got, if that's all you got.
All right, to end it on a positive note, we still got the dub. We're 4-0.
Yes,
we're rolling. All right. Now, can we tell them?
Tell them.
All right, guys. For you guys on audio only, switch over to YouTube right now because we're going to have our first ever video call guest speaker in Can't Lose history.
With no further ado, let's get into next week's Niners Cowboy week.
Let's do it. All right, Josh, now for our favorite segment. It's a little special this week because we're facing a rival. So, 49er segment with the Cowboys week. Fuck Dallas.
Fuck the boys.
But we do got a special guest, guys. So, Josh, for the first guest ever on Can't Lose, can you please introduce our guest?
Our very first guest, none further than Chandler Atuatasi Thompson, the throwing Samoan, the Lone Star Ranger.
Yes, sir. What's up, Chan? How you doing?
Yes,
Welcome to the
sir,
show.
baby. Can't lose, baby. What's going on over
Yes,
there in the
sir. Welcome to the
studio?
show.
You guys finally got the cojones to invite me on. Let's go.
We had to, the perfect
Y'all ain't
week,
ready.
Yes, sir.
the only week.
Woo-hoo. Y'all not ready for this.
Gonna have you back
Okay,
on maybe later in the season.
All right, all right. In the postseason you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we can't face you again until then.
You never know. I don't know. Maybe cause crazy
Hey.
shit. They just made up a new game. Now we got 17, so who knows? But what's going on,
right.
fellas? How we doing?
Good.
Ready.
Hey, we're glad to have you on, especially as a diehard Cowboys fan. We just want to kind of go back and forth on this game, man. And I'll just lead it off. I don't know if you looked up this stat, but the series right now is tied 19-19-1. We've played 39 times, 9 of those being in the postseason, and it's tied right now. So after this Sunday,
take the lead.
Someone's got to take the lead. We're not finishing a tie. We're not kissing a fucking sister this week. So, what do you think? What do you think the Cowboys have to do to get this dub? Just a couple things.
Yeah, man. I mean, in order to win, there's a lot of things that's got to happen. First and foremost,
a lot. Everything.
Hold on. Let me finish. Damn, I can't even see my piece yet. I would say the most important things for sure. Dak's got to take care of the football. Dak's gonna have to protect the football, keep it out of the defender's hands, make right choices, be smart. Micah's gonna have to be used. Micah's gonna have to use in a lot of different ways than we've been doing. I know he's kind of a renaissance guy, can throw him anywhere, but really gonna have to use him in a way to create leverage. Facing a pretty dominant O-line over there in Frisco.
He's been doing mainly just strictly pass rushing this season, right?
Yeah. Dan's been putting them pretty much on the edge every single play. So I think we need to push him around a little bit, put him at linebacker, kind of use him a little differently back to his first season.
You think he can guard all those guys? You want him in open field guarding people?
I wouldn't put him on a one-on-one.
Best player on the field, so
I wouldn't put him on a one-on-one, but he can handle himself. If you looked at his highlights from last year, I mean, he was able to run with the wide receiver on a clear out into the end zone.
Fast as shit.
He's probably one of the faster linebackers in the league for sure. That's why he's one of the best pass rushers in the league. But yeah, going through, I mean, also our O-line needs to play really physical for sure this week. Playing a super dominant front seven, probably the best, one of the best in the league.
We haven't been getting to the quarterback like you guys, though.
Top two, but not top one. You know what I mean?
This guy.
Hey, they have us on the sacks right now. You guys have us on the sacks.
I'll throw in a couple stats right here. We're a top 4 team, total sacks 14. We're a top 2 team interceptions at 7. Micah Parson leads all categories in pressures. He's tied at 6 with 4 sacks. Obviously, he's no Khalil Mack with just throwing up 6 big sacks in one game. I mean, nobody's like that, but he's still one of the premier pass rushers. So yeah, I mean, we got to do a couple things. I'd say also the DBs got to play physical. I mean, you guys got a lot of guys that play physical. Debo, Ayuk, Juwan. You know, you guys got some guys that can run after the catch. Kittle, one of the best tight ends to do that.
Who's playing corner opposite Gilmore right now?
The guy that got 2 picks last week, baby, and a pick 6. So I think he's doing pretty well for himself.
Oh shit,
man, Deron Bland, the man. So obviously no Trayvon Diggs. He's gonna be missed. Really wish we had that guy for this week. We need a guy with his tenure, but you know we got to do what we got to do.
I want to see him and JJ and Juwan Jennings.
I would say as a team total, the Cowboys on offense for sure, we got to convert in the red zone. That's been an issue for the last couple of weeks. We've been kicking a lot of field goals. Eliminate the turnovers. Already said that. And really, since we're playing the best running back in the league, Christian McCaffrey, gotta discipline him in the run game.
Gotta
We
slow
play a
him
lot of
down.
cover. Yeah, we play a lot of cover zeros, so we got to turn a lot of those cover zeros into fakes so we can drop to zone. Hopefully, drop a couple DBs into the run on early downs to try to
Ayuk and
stop him.
Debo love cover zero.
They feast on
Exactly.
it.
Well, it's
Then
not
all
even.
they gotta
I'm
do is
not
break
afraid.
some DB tackles.
I'm not afraid of. I'm not afraid of Debo. I'm not afraid of Ayuk. I'm afraid of Christian McCaffrey mainly because he can tear a game plan with. If you can go on, third down and 12, and if you can run the ball and convert that into a first down, that's pretty lethal, right? So it
Yeah, I
makes
mean,
it stopping the run a lot harder. So
you guys got Tony Pollard too. We gotta stop him from getting going because he's the same like similar type of game to McCaffrey. Very explosive, can catch passes out of the backfield and everything. So he can get
no,
going just as
definitely,
in the air, on the ground, either way.
definitely. I would say though the big thing, the difference between our offenses for sure is going to be the health of our line. Last couple of games, we've been switching guys in. We had against the Cardinals, we started 3 guys who haven't played in a football game in like a year and a half.
Oh,
So that's definitely
excuses,
something to look for.
excuses, excuses.
I
Nah,
was waiting
it's
for
just
this. I was
something.
looking at.
It's just
I was looking
it's
at
just
the
something to
injury
look.
report.
Just
No,
look
I
at the
just said.
report. I mean,
I
it's
said,
just
hey,
we've
I
got
said that game
guys.
was a fluke too. I said it doesn't mean anything. I don't think
Yeah.
that in it.
No, I didn't say. I wouldn't say it was a fluke. I think our offense definitely was challenged, which is good. I mean, we got punched in the mouth. That leaves a sour taste in your mouth, and then we went and beat the brakes off of the Patriots. You know what I mean? I mean, it was a
Yeah,
comeback game. They trapped us with the Cardinals. It's supposed to be we're supposed to run them over, and then they just straight up sucker punched us. So I think it was a good thing to happen week 3. Week 4, we came back with good energy. Just wiped them, pretty much destroyed them, left no questions there. And then honestly answered some questions at DB. A lot of people were saying without Trayvon Diggs, our safeties, our secondary, like we weren't going to be as prepared. I think we
Yeah.
kind of shut a couple people up there.
I
And
two
not to say
picks.
that that Patriots defense is not bad. Offense is not bad, by the way. A lot of people keep saying that their offense has no guys. Like they've got good playmakers. They've
Yeah.
got a good. Ramondre Stevenson is a really good running back. He's a physical backer. Mac Jones he's not playing good right now, but I mean
Tank
he
for
was a guy
Williams
that
or
was
what?
getting. I think the Bears are doing a pretty good job at doing that right now, but
For real? That was
they
tight.
want 2 quarterbacks.
One
But yeah,
thing me and Josh have always said throughout our podcast is like any team is built to win. It's the NFL, right? The teams are
yeah.
strong, but you do have to have a few key players, and like what we like to call it on our show, and I'm sure you've heard it already. Is we like to call it dog. So in this game, we're gonna pick a dog for each of us, meaning standout player, gonna put the team on his back type deal. Christian McCaffrey last week had a dog-worthy performance. To throw that out there as an example. So who is going to be your dog for this week, Chan?
Offense or defense?
Offense or defense? Yeah.
Did you guys already pick? Did you guys pick your players?
We're gonna pick one for this game and for the week as well.
Yeah, this one's for this game right
Yeah.
now.
Oh, I was only prepared for the week. I picked a different player, but
Oh no!
off the
All
top of
right,
my
for this
head,
for this game, who do you think is gonna
yeah,
like be a big time? Who needs
yeah.
to have a
Off
big game?
off the top of my head, I think it's got to be Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott's going to be my
I
dog
like
of the
that.
week. If Dak Prescott balls out, if Dak Prescott throws 3 touchdowns, keeps it clean in the pocket, moves around, gives what the defense is giving him, we're walking away with this game. Because I think our defense is matched well against your guys' offense. I think that we can handle ourselves. It's really going to be up on Dak's shoulders. So he's going to be my dog of the week to look for on this matchup.
Okay. I like that. I like that. Josh, who's your dog of the week for this 49ers Cowboys matchup?
Oh, dog of the week. If your dog of the week is gonna be Dak Prescott, you say he needs to have a big game. I think Bosa's had a slow start. He has 1 sack on the season. Should be 2 with the whole 2 point conversion. Bullshit doesn't count on a 2 point conversion. But I think he's about to heat up in a big game, in a big moment, in the game of the year, probably the whole season.
And I hope that's against a healthy Dallas's line.
Yeah.
I don't want any excuses on either part because we have guys
Is
on the
Smith
injury
playing?
report. You
Tyron
guys
Smith?
have injuries.
Tyron Smith playing? He's questionable. We saw today.
Tyron Smith is questionable for sure. Yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, did that turn off? Oh.
He played last week, yeah.
Yeah, he
Chandler's
played.
having-
No, he did not play last week. He suited up against the Cardinals and then did not go. So
Okay. What's going on?
Me?
it's Tyron Smith. Either he plays for 3 games or doesn't play at all. So it's kind of. But I got trust in our guys. I mean, you can't just say that the rest of our line isn't equipped. I mean, Zach Martin,
Oh, yeah, and
obviously,
Bosa goes all over the line. So
Yeah,
Hall of
we
Famer.
just want
exactly.
it to be a healthy match, you know. So
Yeah.
we don't
No,
want
I
like
do too. Trust
back up
me.
against
I don't want.
back up.
It's not like I want anyone hurt. I mean, I saw a couple guys over there for the Niners on the injury report. I saw Ayuk. This was actually last week, so I wasn't able to check out this one. But
Yeah,
Ayuk,
we have
Debo,
Ayuk.
Gutbach,
Or sorry,
Jawan
Debo's
Jennings,
questionable.
Elijah Mitchell.
Jennings and Elijah Mitchell.
what's new with Elijah Mitchell?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
and then Trent Williams was on it, but I think he was doing a rest day, right? He was just doing
Yeah, veteran rest day.
Veteran
Wait, who's
rest
your
day.
dog for the game? Who's your big time player?
My big time player, I didn't think Josh was gonna go defense, so I had a defense guy in mind. So I'm gonna stick with it. My dog of the week for this game has to be Fred Warner. Captain of the defense has to have his guys playing in the right positions,
Got to get that
making
pick.
the right reads. Has to come away with the pick. We're talking about Fred Warner being defense player of the year. It's gonna be hard as a linebacker. It's just not in favor. So you have to add to
That's a
stats
crazy
as
take.
a
That's
linebacker.
crazy take.
He's playing
Defensive
as
player
one of the
of the year
best.
is crazy.
It's a crazy take, but
that's a
it's doable.
pass. That's a pass rusher take. That's a pass rusher award and a cornerback award. But
And
all right.
that's why I said he has to have to
Yeah,
stats.
it's not gonna be easy.
He can't just do what he needs to do best. He needs to go out there and be above and beyond on that aspect.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all we got
All right.
for this game.
Yeah.
Wait, one last thing, actually. I just got to ask, does he only play on one side, or does he move around the D-line?
He's utility, man. He's everywhere. He plays nose. He plays.
But he's going up
left
against
edge,
the
right
left tackle
edge,
and the right tackle, everyone.
Yeah, he does everything. He ain't no one trick cat, man. He does everything.
One-trick pony?
One trick pony. Yeah, he does everything.
All right.
All right, cool.
Then,
And also, I wanted to say, hold on, before you go on, in the last 10 games, because we don't really talk about the 2000s anymore, in the last 10 games, the Cowboys are 6 of 10, regular and post. So we're technically winning this last decade's battle between you guys. But
I'm more
if
worried
you
about
want
the
to go
last 2 years
yeah,
in the postseason.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you brought up all last 20.
Hey, no, I'm just like, hey, you guys are up right now, but we're tied.
We're up.
Overall.
We're up.
We're
Overall,
tied
we are tied.
overall.
We're
So
tied.
who's
We're
going to
tied.
take the lead on
Hey,
Sunday
just
night?
know too, in the last couple regular season matchups is a little different than the postseason. So we'll see.
All right.
It's a good tune-up
All right.
game too to see you guys in the postseason. So we'll see.
Yeah, all right.
All right, man. Well, we figured this out. I mean, we all know we got the 49ers. You have the Cowboys in this week. We may put a friendly matchup or friendly bet outside of this call. Never know. But let's look ahead to week 5 of the NFL. We like to, like I said, pick our dogs of the week, matchups of the week. So we want you to kick off this week. And who is going to be your dog of week 5 in the NFL?
Yes, sir. All right. My dog of the week in the NFL. This guy's been super underrated. He was out for the most part of last year, but with that small sample size, dude was a beast, running through tackles, making long yard plays, explosive plays. My dog of the week is going to be Breece Hall, baby.
Oh.
Breece
okay.
Hall in the comeback game. He's coming
needs
back.
it.
He's
Yeah,
taking
he
that
does
starting
need it.
spot. He is putting up 100 yards, 2 touchdowns.
He needs that because
I like-
Dalvin Cook got majority of the load on that
Yup.
Chiefs game.
And I'm starting him on fantasy, so he really
So you need that. You
Yeah.
need that.
He really
It's a
needs to
perfect
go
week for
off.
him to get going. They're playing such a team that's down. I know they're coming off a victory, but we all know Denver's not that great.
Yeah.
So it's a great game for that to happen. So I like that pick.
All right. And do you got a matchup?
Hell yeah, I got a matchup.
Wait, actually,
My
let's get a
matchup-
little stat line. Let's get a little stat line for for your dog of the week. What's your
He
stat?
said it.
Oh, he said?
Yeah, he said
100
100
yards,
yards,
two
two
touchdowns.
touchdowns.
Oh, shit. All right.
Hey, I like that
Sir,
though.
sir.
What's your matchup that you're looking
All
forward to?
right. Yeah, man, that leads right into the same thing that my matchup is. So there's been a lot of, and I'm gonna do. I think you did a coach right before,
Yeah, I did a
a
coach.
coach versus coach. So I'm gonna follow suit with that because this has been a big thing, a big offseason battle between these two coaches and the success rate between the two with their previous teams. And so for my matchup of the week, I got Sean Payton, head coach of the Denver Broncos, versus Nathaniel Hackett, offensive coordinator of the
I
Jets.
like that.
Because
That's
all
fire.
offseason, Sean Payton has been talking all this and that about Nathaniel Hackett, about he couldn't do it with the Broncos. Obviously, after seeing what happened to them against Miami, they are coming off of a win, so they're pretty up right now. But I just think that's going to be a really good matchup to see. It's going to be televised. They're going to have cameras cutting to Hackett and then cutting to Peyton and then cutting back to Hackett. So
They're
I
going to
think
have
that's
it
something to
the
look forward to.
televise the handshake after the game, too.
Yeah, if they shake hands, yeah.
Yeah, true. Damn,
So I
that's
think
actually
that's
a
gonna be a
really
good
good
matchup.
matchup. I like that
I
one.
like
Yeah,
that.
because that's
Who do you think
storybook.
takes
You
this
know what I
matchup
mean?
then?
What'd you say?
Because that's like storybook. I mean, the whole time in training camp, right? I mean, you were seeing how even in Hard Knocks, right? Like them responding to the way the media was towards,
Yeah.
towards Nathaniel Hackett. And I'm no Jets guy. But I think that the Jets, I think Nathaniel Hackett puts in a game plan. I think Zach Wilson is underrated for what he did this Monday. I think he did. I think he played a great game. I think he played a
Did.
game well enough for them to win. And with that, I think Nathaniel Hackett will get farther away from what he wanted to do with Aaron Rodgers and more closer to what Zach Wilson needs to be doing. And I think they run away with the dub. I'm not sure if they're playing at home or away, but wherever it may be, I think Nathaniel Hackett shows and proves that he is a better coach for his team than Sean Payton is for his.
Hell
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
So
I like that. That's actually a sick matchup. I didn't even think of that when I was looking at the games. That's a
Yeah.
good one.
Man, did we ask Chandler to study up on anything else that I'm missing?
Now we're good.
I think we're good, Chan. It was honestly great having you as our first guest of the Can't Lose Show. It took us 2 seasons, 4 episodes in, or 5 episodes in on the second season. So it's going good. I know we struggled getting this call get going, but man, thank you for joining us. And Josh, I mean, if you have anything else,
Now that's it, bro. Thanks. Appreciate
yeah,
it.
man, perfect. Thanks
Fuck
for
the
having me,
Cowgirls.
guys. I just got one last thing. How about them Cowboys, baby?
Fuck them Cowboys.
Yeah.
hey, that's
Last
just
thing
not
I had to
making the
say.
video.
Good thing we edit.
Just kidding, man. Hey, thank you for joining,
All
man.
right. Yeah, of course,
Later,
man. It was
bro.
awesome. You guys are doing great stuff over there. You guys have a good rest of the show, man. I love listening to you guys.
Thanks, bro. Let's see if you don't listen.
Hey,
to
bang bang.
All
All right, now that Chan's gone, I just want to say thank you again, Chan. It was awesome having our first guest on. Like, it was a struggle, like we said.
It was I having him on. Let's be honest. It's I having a Cowboys fan on. We got to get another Niners fan on here.
Yeah.
Man.
So if you guys ever want to join the show, feel free to DM us. We're going to be putting a post out as well. We actually have our next week's guest booked.
Booked.
So hit us up for the following week after that. But guys, let's look ahead to week 5 in the NFL. You guys know it already. We pick our dogs, we pick our matchups, we pick our games. So let's dive right into our dogs of the week.
All right, my dog of the week, talked about him a little bit earlier. Amon-Ra St. Brown. I mean, they're going up against the Panthers. And, I mean, he's had some good games. He had a touchdown last week. He had a big first game of the week first game of the season against the Chiefs.
Yeah.
But I think he's about to have that dog performance back when he was having the 8 catches for like 100 yards and a touchdown. I'm gonna say, I kind of want to say double digit, but I'm gonna say 8 to 10 catches, over 110 yards, and at least 2 tutties.
I like that. I like that pick.
Yeah, I think he's gonna have a big game against the Panthers. I don't think they're gonna know what to do.
I like that.
I hope they don't get ahead too early, because then that's not gonna happen, just like CD. But
yeah. All right. my dog of the week for NFL Week 5 is no other than Tyreek Hill. Coming off a hard loss, their team's going to bounce back. And similar to how the Cowboys bounced back after the Cardinals to the Patriots, that's going to be the Dolphins this week. And Tyreek's going to be a huge reason why. I'm going to say it right now. 3 tuds.
3 tuds?
3 tuds from a receiver
And
spot.
they're playing who again?
They are playing. Sorry, I drew a mind blank, so I'm looking
they're
at my
playing the
sheet.
Giants.
Yes, a defense. I literally even wrote that. I said New York Giants have to have a huge bounce back game against a struggling team because the defense, their team's just been ass.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying 3 tuds, which is insane. But they did put up 70 points a week ago.
And I mean, it is Tyreek.
Yeah. Your matchups. What do you got?
My matchup this week. Oh, I think it's a good one. I'm excited for it. Puka Nacua, the young phenom right now in LA with the Rams, against Darius Slay, an elite corner, and I mean just an elite secondary and elite defense overall, like in general. But obviously Darius Slay, who's a top 3, top 5 corner in the NFL,
top 5 defense in our mind.
Yeah, and so I'm really excited to see what Puka does. I mean, he's been doing it all. He's been catching underneath passes. He's been doing the after the catch. He's finally got that touchdown for the game winner in overtime. I mean, he's been doing it all. He's been breaking records, making history. Now it's time for him to go against a legit defense. Obviously, he went against another legit. Oh man, I'm freaking hating on the Niners right now. Holy shit.
Yeah, shut up.
Damn.
Shut up. All right, who do you think wins this matchup? Get away from the Niners.
Oh man, I think
I'm just saying it's gonna be on, like it's gonna be out there, but I'm trying to get you out of there. So
I think he's had a lot of good games, but Darius Slay is an elite corner. He's locked down guys like Justin Jefferson to like 0 catches. So I'm gonna say Slay. Puka gets his little welcome to the NFL moment this game.
I don't think so.
No.
I think Puka and the Rams actually go in and stun Philly and gives Philly their first loss. And the huge reason why is because Puka Nacua and Matthew Stafford go on a connection and he beats that defense.
Damn. Okay. Oh, I like that pick actually too. Because he did kind of go off against the Niners. So
he's proven he could beat good defenses.
Yeah.
And it's at home, so.
But I will give it to Slay and their DBs. I mean, they are more elite than our DBs.
Yeah.
Which Travarius Ward is an elite DB, but Slay, I mean, top 5. 3.
And I want to go back real quick. I said at home, but we know any Rams game is really not a home game for them.
So. Yeah, and I think Philly probably, I don't know how well they travel all the way across the coast or across the country.
But I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
They're coming off a Super Bowl loss. You know they have some bandwagon fans out here. Let's be real.
Yeah, it's Cali.
Yeah. All right. My matchup is kind of an interesting one. You have 2 former teammates clashing. Devontae's hosting his old team. Green Bay Packers are coming into town against the Raiders. So Devontae versus Jair Alexander.
Yeah, very interesting matchup.
Very. The only thing is, my issue with picking this matchup is, can Josh McDaniels dial up some plays for Adams to get the ball? Who's going to be throwing him the ball? So that's kind of why I was iffy on picking this matchup. But just in general, it's a great matchup to look forward to, regardless of who's getting the ball to him.
I mean, yeah, even if you can just watch them go against each other man to man and see how they interact throughout the play and see, I mean, sometimes receivers can get open or get strapped up and not get the ball thrown to them. So it's still going to be entertaining to watch.
Yeah, I agree.
And let's say Jimmy G is healthy and he's throwing the ball to Davante Adams. Who you got winning that match?
Davante Adams.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
With confidence. Why? Davante Adams is an elite receiver. I'm not discrediting Jair. He's an elite defender. But I think it's a lot easier to be a receiver than it is to be a corner.
Yeah, one of the hardest positions in the NFL for sure.
Yeah, so I'm giving it to Adams.
All right.
I don't want to give a stat line, though. I know you're probably going to fish for that right now. I It's so hard. If Jimmy G's there, they're throwing in the ball. Let's say a tutty and close to 100. I don't know if he breaks it.
I'm not giving you the stat line. It gives me a stat line immediately after.
I was thinking about it. Let's go into our games of this week. It's kind of a weird week in the NFL because it's our first time with buys. So the game slate isn't as large.
Wow.
And I was kind of like, what? Our paper's so small and pick them.
Whack.
Um,
They need to take out buys. No, I'm just playing.
no, they did not.
No, I'm just playing.
What's your game of the week for your first pick?
My first game of the week. It's a part of your matchup of the week. What was it? Oh no, my matchup of the week. Eagles versus Rams. I think it's a very interesting game. I mean, you said that the Eagles are in for an upset, so that's interesting already. But I mean, we got another matchup inside of that game with Jason Kelce versus AD. I mean, I don't know whoever really puts AD one-on-one, you know?
Yeah, but if you were to put him one-on-one, wouldn't you do it with the best center in the game?
The best center in the game right now, Jason Kelce. Yeah, so that's going to be a fun matchup. I mean, just that whole O-line in general versus that D-line is going to be a fun matchup to watch.
Is that Jason Kelce, the one that's in-laws with Taylor Swift now?
In-laws. Oh, my God, dude. They were flipping to her every chance they got on camera.
Hey, she's been in the NFL world for 2 weeks, and she's been on our show for 2 weeks now.
She's about to be the cover of the next Madden.
For real. I'm surprised she's not performing at Super Bowl now.
Yeah, seriously.
But no, I actually like that game, that inner matchup that you didn't even get a mention in your matchups. Like, that game's going to be electrifying.
Yeah.
And
the Rams aren't as bad as everyone was thinking.
Yeah.
And, I mean, the Eagles, everyone's saying they're not as scary as they were last year. So
who do you have winning?
I mean, I'm going to go the other side. I got the Eagles pulling this one out. I think they're still a legit team. They're undefeated, obviously. And, I mean, the Rams.
So I absolutely hate the Rams. We all know this. But I actually want them to win this game. Why? Because we've already kind of separated from the Rams, right? Record-wise. And we need the Eagles to drop some at some point. So we have the home field advantage going through the NFC playoffs.
I ain't worried about it.
So, we both can't go 16-0, and then I don't even know how
we play each other. We play each other, boy. We play each other.
All right.
Let it come down to that.
All right. Rams, I don't need your
help.
help.
Let them go undefeated.
I don't need your help, but I'm still picking the Rams on this one.
All right. Who's your game of the week?
My game of the week is Chiefs versus Vikings. You have a 3-1, 1-3.
I don't know how you read that chicken scratch.
It's not chicken scratch. To me, it's perfectly legible.
That's cursive.
It's that one font.
All right,
it doesn't have a name yet. Chiefs Vikings 1-3, 3-1. I would not be surprised if the 1-3 team slips away out of this with a victory.
Ooh, another upset you're calling?
In Minnesota, Kirk Cousins and Justin Jefferson, like we said, they're doing their thing.
I know.
They're cooking.
Justin Jefferson has a big game.
Yeah, I know it's against one of the best defenses in the league, but
that's why I feel it.
Yeah,
that's part of what makes me feel
I'm picking them on Pick'em. I'm picking the Vikings. I'll put it right here, right now. I might change the Rams-Eagles game, but right now, I'm picking the Vikings, and I'll stick to it. It's going to be different than what everyone has. I could already tell you that. But they're the best 1-3 team I know in the NFL right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I'm
it's kind of crazy how they're 1-3.
It's last year they were like, I think 9-1 in one possession games, and now they're 0-3. So
it's kind of like the Lions last year.
Mm-hmm.
They were so close in all those games.
But I have a weird feeling for this week. Your game number 2.
Jags versus Bills, dude. The Bills
at 6:30 in the morning.
Damn, I can't even watch that one. I could, but I'm not gonna watch that one.
You don't get up early?
Not at 6:30.
I was up early.
I might catch the fourth quarter.
I was watching it in Andy's room last week. It was actually pretty dope.
I saw the clips of that. That was cool. But I got the Jags versus Bills. I'm taking the Bills in this one. They're hot right now. That connection, like I said, with Allen and Diggs. Mm-hmm. People were talking about, it's a little shaky. It seems like Diggs wasn't too happy with the Bills. It's what they were trying to make it seem like. I saw people were even talking about the Niners somehow trading for Diggs, which I saw that very briefly and I wasn't even interested, but that connection is back. It's on fire right now. Stephon Diggs had 3 touchdowns. Josh Allen didn't throw an interception. I mean, he's balling right now. They're both balling. I'm taking the Bills in that one. The Jags, though, they need to at least be competitive in this game.
Yeah, that 20% that they have on ESPN right now, I don't see it being that far.
Mm-mm.
But the Jags, they're coming off a win. They're still in their other home field. I mean, I guess we could see an upset, but I'm going Bills on this one.
Yeah, but I really think that they need it to be competitive if they want their season to keep going well.
Yeah.
Get on the right track.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're beating the Bills.
Okay. My last game of the week is. Just kidding. I could still read my chicken scratch. Ravens Steelers. I picked this game as a divisional game. The Steelers said there's going to be changes made before this week, and I'm hoping it's something to do with Matt Canada. Matt Canada has to be the worst offense coordinator in the game. He doesn't even have trust in his guys. He's just coming off a press conference where he said, and I quote, "This team is not built to come from behind." That's his own offense he's talking about. That his own offense can't put up points like that to come from behind and win. So I guess the Steelers are going to have to jump out to an early lead if they want to win this game. I don't see that happening. I see Ravens pulling away with this game.
Mm-hmm.
But, man, I hope that change that Mike Tomlin was talking about is Matt Canada no longer being their offense coordinator or at least stepping away for this week and seeing like someone else call the plays because it was awful to see their offense this past week.
Yeah, and I see some people saying they hope that Mike Tomlin's not on the hot seat. That shouldn't even be a conversation.
No,
he's never had a
consistent
losing season.
Yeah.
Like, get out of here.
You can't be consistently mid, but
I guess that's fair.
But the Steelers have had great years
in
Mike Tomlin's time.
Yeah.
They've won a Super Bowl, right?
I don't know if that was him or not, but that was I mean, it was.
Well, Big Ben has a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And he was with Big Ben, so yeah. Sorry, I'm not the biggest Steelers fan, so don't quote me on that. But yeah, Matt Canada, get him out of there.
Yeah.
Is that wrapping up NFL talk?
Wait, so you're taking the Ravens in that one?
Yeah, I'm taking the Ravens.
Yeah, me too.
Does that wrap up our NFL talk?
That wraps up, I think, just about everything.
Yeah, let's call it on this week. We'll get into college football next week. We have an awesome matchup we're looking forward to. But for this week, thank you guys for listening.
Wait. All I got to say is USC 4-0, baby. Fight. Let's go.
Notre Dame came back and bounced back from an upsetting loss.
Undefeated, baby. Fight.
We'll see you next week. All right. Thank you guys for listening. Deuces.